Good morning, traders and investors. My name is Roger Scott, and I'm the Senior Strategist for Wealth Press. Today is Friday. It's April 22nd. The market's going to open up in about an hour and 45 minutes. The Dow Jones is down pretty good, about 100 points, although with the volatility we've been seeing of between 700 and about 400 points a day over the last month and a half, 100 points is not really all that significant. Same thing with NASDAQ, just not really here nor there. We've had two reports yesterday, jobless claims, Philadelphia Manufacturing Index. Both reports were solid, and today we've got the PMI composite. The market, however, is being run right now by geopolitical events and mostly the Fed and Fed comments. Matter of fact, we have to keep an eye on the bond market because the bond market is really what's driving price right now. And it went down again yesterday, 90 ticks. And just when I thought it was safe to enter the water, it goes down again. But you will notice, even though with all these comments, you will notice the bond market has become choppy, just as I said, because we went through an oversold scenario. So this is actually, it'll be very interesting to see if we just kind of congest here like we did around here and then go back down again, or if we go a little bit higher. If we go a little bit higher, it'll relieve the pressure on the bond market a little bit and give those consumer discretionary and tech stocks a little bit of a relief rally. But I don't know if that's going to happen because, as you could see, even though we went oversold, we didn't get much of a bounce. So that is a very significant sign that should tell us that the market is going to go lower and not higher. But again, I am deeply looking for a pullback rally to maybe the 134, 135 level so I could sell this asset. Again, because the long-term trend is lower. But keep your eye on the bond market. Very, very important today. Let's talk a little bit about global economy. And again, just so you guys know, there are a lot of forces at work right now because you've got Fed telling everyone how they're going to correct their sins by now. Instead of not taking any action like they've done for 2.5 years or 2 years, they're now going to go half a basis point instead of a quarter. And on the other front, you've got crazy baby Putin running amok in the world. And then you've got all the supply chain issues because of COVID still ramping up. So, and then on top of that, you've got earnings. So it is a mad world. You know what? I'll just talk about earnings a little bit, and then I'll talk about global economy. And I'll give you a full earnings update later on today if you watch Ask the Pros or if you're in my VIP room. But keep your eye on a few stocks you should keep your eye on today. The first one is American Express. That's a real big one. They're expecting $2.44, and they're reporting before the market opens. Then you got CLF, Cleveland Cliffs, before the market opens, $1.40. Then you've got Verizon. I don't know what TAS means. I guess that's after the close. I don't know. What the hell does the time not? Anyway, $1.35. Newmont, that's a huge one, 0.90. And you got Schlumberger and HCA Health. So you got a lot of stocks, not a lot of health, but you've got American Express, you've got Kimberly-Clark, you've got Cleveland Cliffs, you got Verizon, Newmont, HCA, and Schlumberger. And most of these are actually before the opening bell. So it'll be very interesting to see how the market opens today and how it reacts to these numbers. So let's talk a little bit about global economy for this Friday, and then I'll give you a review of some trades. Now, we were busy beavers this week. While the market was going sideways, we closed out 5 trades. 5 trades. Some of them were held 24 hours. Some of them held 12 days. I'll talk about them in a bit. So Federal Reserve, Jerome Powell, indicated an increase in interest rates must be faster to tighten inflation. Yeah, where were you for the last 2 years, buddy? What were you doing, picking your nose for the last 2 years? Don't get me started. Shanghai edged higher after authorities there promised to ease antivirus controls on truck drivers that are hampering food supply and trade. That's interesting. Oil prices fell more than $2 a barrel. Investors are watching for developments in Ukraine and the presidential runoff election in France. I don't think the world cares too much about France right now, just saying. The Fed has already announced a 0.25% point rate hike, and Wall Street expects a 0.5% rate hike at its next meeting in 2 weeks. And again, the bond market, look at the bond market. It's not going down anymore, right? So this might be already priced into the economy. Let me continue. Powell suggests that there's something in the idea of front-loading aggressive rate hikes as the Fed grapples with inflation that has reached a 4-decade high. You mean it was different a year and a half ago when me and Jeff Zinnineri were saying rates need to go higher? Oh, God, this guy's something. That suggests a 0.5 point rate hike increase could be on the table when the Fed officials hold their next interest rate and economic policy meeting May 3rd and 4th. That's what the market's expecting. And that's coming up in less than 10 days. And if they don't go 0.5 point, we may get a relief rally. In the past, the Fed has typically raised its benchmark short-term rate by more than modest quarter point increments. We'll see what happens. Bond yields have been gaining ground as investors prepare for higher rates, although not in the last few days. And crude oil fell $2, and also a lot of basic material stocks fell yesterday. So look, put the call ratio, folks. We're at 111 again. Anytime this market hiccups a little bit, we go to danger zone. Anything above 1 is danger. We're right now at 111. We're near some of the highest levels we've been. The highest level we've been to was 126, then 114, and then 111. So the fact that we're 111 right now says the market is setting up for upside move, not downside pressure. All right. Now let's talk about the indices, and then I'll show off some trades we took this week. So the S&P 500 looks like it had a real wild day yesterday. It'll be interesting to see if today we can go back within range, or if we're going to break lower. I don't think we're going to break lower. I think we're going to go higher. But again, we're in a chop right now. This is a very, 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 very choppy period. Now, if you look at the Dow Jones, which is very interesting here, the Dow Jones took out the 200-day moving average yesterday before cracking down. I'd like to see, and I'd love to see us hold this level here and not break below, because if that's the case, that means we're going to go higher, not lower. So I'm hoping we're going to bottom out here and then go back higher once again, because we're at a really interesting position right now. We took out this high, this mid high right here yesterday. So the next level of resistance is 358. And I'm liking this market right now, and I like this ascending triangle. So I'm hoping we will go higher and not lower. If you look at the QQQ, which has been sitting on the sidelines, that one is in danger zone, and I'm hoping that it won't go lower, because that's going to put a big hamper on consumer stocks, and it'll go higher instead. Now, I want to show you some trades we did this week. We took a profit on Precision Profits, Sniper, Microbursts, Overdrive Profits, and Alpha Rotation. Look at that. Wow. Let's brag a little bit. So first one was Microsoft. I need some background music for this. So first one is Microsoft. We got in on the 21st. Right here. Actually, no, we got out on the 21st. We got in on the 14th. What am I saying? Right here. We got in right here, right there, right on that little baby bar right there. And we got out right here. Took a nice little 25% profit in 7 days. That's including weekends. Then, actually, that's this week. Then, PGR, we had a profit on Progressive. We got in at 4. We got in right here and got out right there. Pretty good, right? 1 day, 24 hours, 21% almost. Then we had CHD. We got in on CHD also right here, right there, and got out right here the next day. Another 24-hour trade, that's 25%, almost 26%. Then PLL for Overdrive Profits, we were in this trade for 12 days. We got in on 4, let's see here, 4-7, right here, 4-7 on this day right here, and we got out on the 19th, which is right here, right there. And we took out a nice little 20%. We were in it for only 12 days. And last but not least, before this little downside on FCX, we got out, took profit, and we got in on another service. So we got in on 411. We got in at 411 right here, right there. And we got out right over here on the 18th. for a juicy 20.25% gain, only 7 days right here. And we're long again, but in a different service, and I'm hoping for a nice little rally back up today. So we've been doing pretty good. Now, here's what I want to tell you guys. Keep your eye, and I'm going to tell you this is huge right now. Keep your eye on the Dow Jones and the 200-day moving average. That really is the key right now. The 200-day moving average and the Dow Jones. And the SPY, same thing, 448. Now, let me give you guys a few other things to look at. Keep your eye on basic materials. They really sold off yesterday, and I'm hoping they can regain some strength back up today because they are almost at all-time highs. Look at that. Yesterday, they almost went to an all-time high. So be very, very cautious. Next week, earnings is going to be the big key, and we've got Apple and other big stocks. I'll give you a full preview on Monday morning of what to expect next week. Now, folks, I've got some really, really exciting news. 10-time heavyweight world trading champion Chuck Hughes, he's back to grace us with his presence once more at 1 p.m. Eastern Time on Tuesday, April 26th. 1 p.m. Eastern Time, Tuesday, April 26th. And this time around, things are going to be a heck of a lot different. In fact, Chuck is going live to bring traders an opportunity he's calling his boldest prediction yet. It's not about a single stock, talking risky, all-out short bets or 1,000% returns on Bitcoin or other crap. It's going to be meat and potatoes, really interesting stuff. It's going to be bigger than that. Click the link below, sign up for Chuck's exclusive VIP list to get exclusive intel before Tuesday's live event. Follow the link below. You don't want to miss out. If you're watching on YouTube, go to the Wealth Press YouTube channel. There's a link in the descriptor. Chuck is going to be hot, on fire. I will be there every step of the way. It's going to be a lot of fun next week. It's going to be all about Chuck and the takeoff. I love it. I want you guys to be part of the takeoff. I'll see you guys soon. Have a great day. Send me some love letters. Support at marketgeeks.com. We've got 5 winners this week. 5. Bye, guys.